Hello, what's up, my people? It's your guy MKFX, and we are here again today to learn more about Forex. So, if it's your first time watching my video, please hit the subscribe button. Do well to like and also share these videos to others who are interested in learning Forex. Don't also forget to click on the link on my description to join my Telegram community where we trade together. You can have access to my free mentorship course running right now. So today, what are we talking about? Today, we'll simply be talking about uh, how to identify a strong order block after a break of structure. This was a question asked by a member of my community, and I'm doing videos to reply to all their worries. So you can also be a member of this community just by clicking on the link on my description. So you can also share what you need to learn, what you want to know about forex trading, and I'll definitely do a video for you to explain everything. You can also drop your requests down the comment sections and I'll also do them for you. So let's go straight to the chat. How do we identify a strong order block? Now, when you open your chart, there are questions that you need to ask yourself. The first thing you ask is, what is the recent trend of the market? Let's use the daily time frame for this, please. All right. The question you need to ask yourself is, where is the trend of the market? What is the trend of the market? To what direction is the market moving to? And how can you identify this? You can't just identify this by just looking at the chart. At times it's good you just look at the chart and you say it, but it is always good you mark out your break of structures. That's the first thing you do to identify if it's an uptrend or a downtrend. So the first thing you do is you identify your break of structures. Let me say, for example, here's the daily. I can identify this as my break of structure to the upside. I also have another break of structure here to the upside. At this point, I also have a break of structure here to the upside. And at this point, I have a break of structure to the upside. Now, after marking out your break of structures to the upside, the next question you ask yourself is, what trend is it? Definitely, we all can see it is an uptrend. Now, the next thing you start marking out is the zone that created those break of structures. There was an impulsive move that caused that break of structure. So the question you ask yourself is, where did that impulsive move originated from? That is what we call an order block. The last candlestick before an impulsive move, that's an order block. The last candlestick before an impulsive move. It must not necessarily be an opposite candlestick, or it can be a candlestick of the same color. It must not necessarily be another color. So now this zone, where was or what was the cause of its break of structure? We can see that this candlestick here was the last candlestick before we had this impulsive move to the upside that caused that break of structure. So what do? I mark out that candlestick, which is this. I mark it end to end. You're marking it end to end, and I pull it this way. And what can you see? You see that the market mitigated it and it bought directly to the upside. So you spot it out. Now, the next question is, where is the last candlestick that caused this other break of structure, that caused the impulsive move, which uh, gave the result of this break of structure? Now, where was the last candlestick? Here was the last candlestick here. Here was the last candlestick here. Now, if I draw it this way, you're going to see that what? This candlestick here has not yet been mitigated. So what does that mean? It means that orders, we still have pending orders at this point. Why do we call it order block? It is where we have pending orders, where orders are resting. So definitely the market will surely come back there one day to retest that order block. Now, let's keep on going. We don't know when it is coming. So we just need to wait for the chart. Now, the next thing is we can see that we had another break of structure. So where was the last candlestick before the impulsive move? The last candlestick was this. The last candlestick was this, right? Now, let's take a look at this. When price gets here, what were we expecting? We're expecting that it should have this impulsive move back to the upside. It should buy back to the upside. Why? Because that is an order block. Because that is another block. So we're expecting that price will hit here and buy back to the upside. But this other block was not respected. Why? Let us now look at the characteristics of a good order block, because that's a valid order block. Now we have three characteristics of a valid order block. The first one is it should create a new high. It should create a new high. That order block should create a new high. It should break structure or change character. Now, this order block respects the first rule, which is breaking of structure. What is the next rule? The next rule is it should be resting or it should create an imbalance. What is an imbalance? Some people call it fair value gap. Some people call it imbalance. So if you don't understand these terms, drop down the comment section and I'll explain them better for you. So that order block should create an imbalance. Did this order block created an imbalance? If you can look at this, no, there was no imbalance. So it is failing the second rule. Now the third rule is it should create, or there should be a liquidity before that order block. There should be what? Liquidity before that order block. If there is no liquidity before that order block, before price mitigates that order block, it should create liquidity before mitigating. So those are the theory characteristics of a valid order block. And as we all can see, this order block here never had all the theory. It had two, liquidity, yes, liquidity here, it had two, but it didn't create an imbalance. So making it not to fail. So it was still a valid zone, but it didn't respect it. So now, what is the next thing? We know that when an order block is not respected, it becomes a breaker block. And that breaker block is going to do the opposite of what you were expecting that order block to do. Let me say, for example, this order block, we're expecting to buy GBP USD from here to the upside. But since it break below this block and then it retested, what do? We sell. Why? This zone was an order block which was spotted to take buy entries, but it failed. So what do? We use it for sell entries. So that's why if you go to the 4-hour time frame, you're going to see a sell confirmation here. There was a sell confirmation here, which is prompting this sell to the downside. Now, where is price getting to? Price is getting to an order block that has not yet been mitigated. Price is getting to an order block that has not yet been mitigated. And where is the order block? Now, take a look at this. You can see that we had this last impulse candlestick before this impulsive move, and it actually results to a break of structure. It actually created a break of structure. The second thing is, does it or did it create an imbalance? Did it create an imbalance? Yes, it did. We can see a fair value gap here, a fair value gap. Like there are a lot of fair value gaps there, which price is respecting. So which price created. So what does that mean? It means that this is a valid order block for two characteristics. The third one is there liquidity? When price gets here, this is what price is going to do. Let me show you this. Price is going to do something like this. Get here to this other block here, this other one here. Many people are going to be buying from there, and it is going to create liquidity, then drop down to this zone now, mitigate this zone before having the impulsive buy to the upside. So this zone here is going to be that liquidity that price has created. So remember I said it's either it creates liquidity before the impulsive move or it creates liquidity before mitigating. So those three characteristics should be what you're looking at before you are buying or selling in an order block. Now, when these three characteristics are being validated, what do? You try to adjust your order block, set a tight stop loss and everything. So if you want to learn all of these things, how to set a tight stop loss and everything, then drop down the comment section and I'm going to explain to you how to do this, how to do your top and down analysis and everything to you pick a trade and boom. Not to forget, guys, the last video I did was analysis on USD share, and you can take a look at that. It is having a massive run to the upside. So if you like this video, please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Please, my channel is still very, very low. Let's take it to 1K. Thank you.